Bodybuilders spend years carving their physiques for one moment under the lights. Sometimes that moment turns violent. From Arnold Schwarzenegger, who got drop-kicked in broad daylight, to Nashali Alma, who fought off a real-life predator.
He kept trying to come towards me and kept reapproaching me.
This is the shocking list of bodybuilders who were brutally attacked on stage. Arnold Schwarzenegger. A shocking incident occurred in 2019 at the Arnold Classic Africa, a major fitness and bodybuilding expo in South Africa. Arnold was participating in a meet and greet session when the unexpected happened. An attacker rushed him from behind during the meet and greet, delivering a flying dropkick to Arnold's back. No. The details were captured on video, showing the cowardly attack unfolding in real time as security and bystanders watched in horror. The attacker appeared to have planned the act, timing his approach to catch the Austrian oak completely off guard. While the incident was clearly chaotic, what happened next demonstrated why Arnold became a legend. Despite being in his 70s and caught completely off guard, Arnold barely moved from the force of the kick. The attacker seemed to bounce off the former Mr. Olympia more than actually harm him, a testament to the enduring physical presence that made Arnold a champion decades earlier. Arnold later joked about the incident while noting that he was fine and well.
I'm not great yet. Great is a totally different level, but I'm good.
His characteristic humor and grace under pressure turned what could have been a serious assault into a demonstration of his unflappable nature. The incident was quickly contained by security, but it highlighted the very real dangers that public figures in the fitness world face. Kaylee Muscle. Kaylee Muscle, a popular bodybuilder and YouTuber, has faced his fair share of drama during public appearances, and one particular incident left fans stunned. Known for his massive physique, booming voice, and larger-than-life personality, Kaylee has become one of the most recognizable figures in the fitness world. His motivational content and raw storytelling have made him a fan favorite at expos and fitness events globally. But with fame often comes unwanted attention. During a major fitness expo in Los Angeles, an event that drew thousands of fans and industry professionals, things took a shocking turn. Kaylee was on stage speaking to a packed audience when a man in the crowd suddenly began shouting insults and pushing his way toward the platform. According to eyewitnesses, the heckler appeared agitated from the start, pacing near the front row and yelling over the MC. While staff initially tried to calm him down, the man broke through the barrier and stormed the stage. While the exact motive behind the confrontation remains unknown, some speculate the attacker had a personal vendetta or was attempting to gain viral notoriety by targeting a high-profile figure. Security responded immediately, tackling the man before he could make physical contact with Kaylee. Several guards restrained him and escorted him out of the venue, while attendees watched in disbelief. Fortunately, Kaylee remained calm throughout the ordeal, later addressing the situation in a YouTube video where he thanked his fans and security for staying level-headed. Although it didn't result in a full-blown physical altercation, the incident sparked serious conversations about the need for tighter security measures, especially for public figures. While Kaylee wasn't physically injured, the story was different for this next bodybuilder. This is because his attack happened in a whole different environment. Jeff Nippard. Jeff Nippard, a respected bodybuilder, powerlifter, and science-based fitness educator, was shockingly attacked by fellow Canadian fitness influencer Mike Van Wyk during a confrontation at a gym in Toronto in early 2024. The incident unfolded in what should have been a safe, professional environment, one where both men were known for their commitment to health, discipline, and physical development. Eyewitnesses reported that the altercation escalated quickly from a heated verbal exchange to physical violence. According to multiple sources, the conflict began over a disagreement surrounding training philosophies. Nippard, who is known for his evidence-based approach to hypertrophy and strength training, had allegedly criticized some of Van Wyk's techniques in a podcast segment. Van Wyk, on the other hand, known for his brute strength and intensity-driven methods, reportedly took offense, and this led to a face-to-face confrontation when the two unexpectedly crossed paths at the gym. Tensions reached a boiling point when Van Wyk, standing several inches taller and weighing significantly more than Nippard, suddenly jabbed him in the throat.
Damn.
These strikes were targeted and forceful, aimed at a particularly vulnerable area of the body. The aggression caught Nippard and others nearby off guard. The gym fell into chaos as bystanders rushed to separate the two men, fearing the situation could escalate into life-threatening violence. What made the assault especially disturbing was the apparent precision and intent behind the blows. This wasn't a sloppy scuffle between gym bros. This was a focused attack, with Van Wyk using a tactic that could cause serious injury, restricted breathing, or worse. Emergency medical personnel were not required on sight, but Nippard later admitted in a brief Instagram post that he suffered swelling, bruising, and difficulty swallowing in the days following the incident. Authorities were called, and while no charges have been publicly confirmed as of yet, many in the fitness community have condemned the incident. Nippard's story has left many stunned, but nothing could have prepared us for the courage of this next bodybuilder who fought off a real-life attacker in her apartment gym. Nashali Alma. In 2023, female bodybuilder Nashali Alma fought off an attacker, Xavier Thomas Jones, in a Tampa gym. The incident occurred during what should have been a routine workout, transforming a normal training session into a fight for survival. The attack was not a stage incident, but a physical molestation that occurred during a workout. The gym setting made the attack particularly disturbing, as gyms are generally considered safe spaces where people go to improve their health and fitness. The incident was captured on security cameras, providing clear evidence of both the attack and Alma's impressive defensive response. Thomas Jones, the attacker, approached Alma while she was working out, and when she rejected his advances, he became aggressive and physical. Alma's training kicked in immediately, and she was able to fight him off using techniques that combined her physical strength with defensive instincts. The attack lasted several minutes before other gym members and staff intervened.
I am a bodybuilder, and I'm actually pretty strong.
Like Alma, another bodybuilder had her own shocking brush with violence. While not on stage, she faced an unexpected assault that changed her approach to fitness forever. Daniela Means. In 2021, Hong Kong-born bodybuilder Daniela Means was the victim of a harrowing and violent attack that would change the course of her life. On what began as an ordinary day, Means was walking her dog when suddenly she was ambushed by a group of unknown assailants in a seemingly random and unprovoked assault. The attackers, believed to be part of a coordinated robbery, brutally beat her, leaving her with severe physical injuries. She was punched, kicked, and dragged, suffering multiple bruises, lacerations, and internal trauma. Her personal belongings, including her phone, wallet, and gym gear, were stolen in the process. The aftermath of the attack was both physically and emotionally devastating. Means required extensive medical attention, including hospital care and physical therapy. Beyond the visible wounds, she also endured lasting psychological effects, including anxiety and PTSD. The trauma of being violently attacked in public left her grappling with fear and a sense of vulnerability. Interestingly, instead of allowing the incident to define her or derail her dreams, Daniela Means made a remarkable decision. Fueled by determination and resilience, she chose to channel her pain into purpose. It's said that the attack became a catalyst for her transformation, both mental and physical. She intensified her focus on bodybuilding, using it as both a coping mechanism and a form of empowerment. Over time, Means not only recovered, but thrived. She rebuilt her strength, both inside and out, and rose through the ranks in the competitive bodybuilding world. Although Means was able to recover from the attack, the story was not the same for this next bodybuilder. Zunilda Hoyos Mendez, a 43-year-old Colombian bodybuilder known as Shea Hulk, was found beaten to death with a hammer in June 2025 at her rented home in Fuengirola, Costa del Sol. The attack was particularly brutal, involving repeated blows with a hammer that caused fatal injuries. Her American husband was also found dead with self-inflicted knife wounds, suggesting a murder-suicide scenario. The scene indicated that after killing his wife, the husband took his own life using a knife, creating a tragic domestic violence situation that ended with both deaths. The couple had been experiencing marital issues, and Mendez had planned to divorce her husband after a bodybuilding competition in Portugal. Her intention to leave the relationship may have triggered the violent response, following a pattern commonly seen in domestic violence cases. Mendez was a prominent figure in professional bodybuilding and had over 100,000 followers on platforms like OnlyFans and Fansly. Her significant social media presence made her a recognizable figure in the fitness community. Her family reported that her husband had been aggressive toward her in the past year, indicating a pattern of escalating domestic violence. According to reports, the said attack occurred after they returned from a competition in Dubai. After the shocking case of Zunilda Hoyos Mendez, you'd think things couldn't get any more twisted. But then came this next bodybuilder whose own encounter would prove that even rising stars aren't immune to chaos and confrontation. Michael Daboul. In April 2024, IFBB Classic Physique pro Michael Daboul became the subject of international attention following a disturbing backstage incident at the UK-based Two Brothers Pro event. Daboul, who had earned top placements at events like Mr. Olympia 2023, claimed that after the show, he was beaten by 4 security guards when attempting to access a restricted area to see his partner. The attack reportedly left him with broken ribs, a partially broken nose, and a black eye, injuries he shared publicly on Instagram as he awaited medical care and legal advice. According to Daboul, after security initially permitted him to enter, 4 guards allegedly jumped him from nowhere, punching him repeatedly and carrying him out of the backstage area. Police reportedly arrested 2 guards on the spot while seeking the others. Witnesses and CCTV footage also corroborated Daboul's account of the incident. Later findings revealed that this attack took a negative toll on Daboul. It not only paused his preparation for upcoming shows, but also deeply affected him emotionally. In a later statement, the bodybuilder wrote that he felt humiliated and was in intolerable pain. As investigations continued, Two Brothers organization issued its statement, claiming their security team acted appropriately in line with safety policies, and that Daboul had been aggressive towards staff. However, Daboul replied, saying their narrative contradicted recorded camera evidence and witness accounts. He also added that he would pursue legal action for defamation and molestation. While Michael Daboul's incident left fans stunned, the chaos didn't end there, because what happened in this next case took things to an even more violent and personal level. Sean Enright. In a drastically different form of violence, Sean Enright, an Irish bodybuilder and fitness entrepreneur, endured a chilling targeted attack on the 27th of January, 2024. While arriving at his gym in Clonsilla, West Dublin, Enright was ambushed by armed assailants linked to criminal gang activity and was shot 6 times. He received 3 bullets to the chest, but remarkably survived due to the bulletproof vest he wore. The incident is believed to have been a criminal extortion attack, likely connected to disputes involving associates in turf wars. Enright spent over a week in hospital recovering from wounds to his chest, arm, and leg. Surprisingly, despite the severity of his injuries, he returned to training and even participated in the Mr. Ireland bodybuilding finals just 6 weeks later. The event was captured on photo, with his scarring revealed during the competition. Interestingly, this wasn't Enright's first encounter with lethal violence. Before then, he had survived 5 gunshots outside his girlfriend's house in Clonsilla back in 2011 and had earlier been stabbed while working as a doorman in 2008. His survival and return to the sport earned him the nickname the Man of Steel, resonating as a symbol of personal perseverance in the face of repeated life-threatening attacks. The Dublin shooting remains under active investigation, although as of late 2024, no arrests had been reported. Michael Daboul's story shocked fans not just for the drama it carried, but for how it highlighted the unpredictable nature of bodybuilding fame. But as wild as his situation was, it's nothing compared to what happened to this next person on this list. Ruhollah Dadashi. In the world of strength sports, Ruhollah Dadashi was a household name in Iran, a national hero known for his unmatched power and charisma. He was a 2-time winner of Iran's Strongest Man, and was admired for not only his physical abilities but also for the humility and discipline he carried in his public appearances. Yet, in a cruel twist of fate, this giant of a man was brought down, not in competition but on the streets, by a senseless act of violence that shook an entire nation. On July 16, 2011, Dadashi was returning home after a ceremony late in the evening in his hometown of Karaj, a city located just west of Tehran. The roads were quiet. It should have been an uneventful night, but a minor road altercation turned deadly in a matter of minutes. According to reports and eyewitness statements, Dadashi's car was cut off by another vehicle. Tempers flared, and what began as an argument between Dadashi and the other driver soon turned into a physical confrontation. During the scuffle, one of the assailants reportedly pulled out a knife and stabbed Dadashi multiple times, striking him in the heart and chest region. Despite being rushed to the hospital, Ruhollah Dadashi succumbed to his injuries shortly after arrival due to massive blood loss and cardiac trauma. News of Dadashi's death sent shockwaves across Iran, as television channels were flooded with tributes. For many, it was unthinkable that such a towering and respected figure could fall victim to such a random, cowardly act. Dadashi was over 6 feet tall and weighed more than 275 pounds. He was known for his explosive strength and competitive spirit, so his attack was a great shock to many. Authorities acted swiftly, and within 48 hours, police had apprehended the suspects. The killer was later identified as Alireza Molla Soltani, a 17-year-old. Molla Soltani admitted to the stabbing during interrogation, claiming that he had been frightened by Dadashi and acted in self-defense. Just when you think the bodybuilding world couldn't get any more chaotic, another figure emerged with an even more disturbing story. Ozkan Ademiz. Ozkan Ademiz, better known as Supa Turk, is a key member of Sydney's bodybuilding community. He was also part of the famed Aesthetics crew, founded by Aziz Shavershian, a famous fitness personality who inspired many young people to work out and live a bold, confident lifestyle. Ozkan stood out for his strong body and party lifestyle. He often toured clubs and fitness expos across Australia, promoting his physique and fitness image. Like Ziz, he embraced a flashy, high-energy lifestyle that attracted a lot of attention on social media and in real life. In March 2025, Ozkan was reportedly attacked by his partner partner Catherine Elise Johnston. Police alleged he was struck in the head by Catherine during a heated argument outside a residence in North Strathfield, Sydney, around 2 a.m. on March 21st. Johnston was arrested and charged with causing actual bodily harm in a domestic violence incident. An apprehended violence order was also issued to prevent her from contacting Ozcan, after which the case was set to proceed to court. Ozcan's case was particularly disturbing for many, but it was nothing compared to what happened to this next bodybuilder. Dennis Yoshio. Dennis Yoshio was a rising fitness influencer and bodybuilder based in Sao Paulo, Brazil. He had a large following on social media, with over 50,000 followers on Instagram. People admired him for his workouts, his impressive physique, and his friendly personality. Dennis was known for encouraging others to take care of their health, go to the gym, and live a fit lifestyle. However, unknown to many, this growing online success was going to be cut short in a heartbreaking and violent way. In early 2024, Dennis Yoshio was shot and killed outside his home in a quiet neighborhood of Sao Paulo. The exact date wasn't initially released by the authorities, but the news broke across Brazilian media shortly after the incident happened. According to witnesses and early police reports, Dennis had just parked his car and was about to enter his home when a group of armed men approached him. Without any warning, they opened fire. Dennis was shot multiple times and died at the scene. The attackers fled, and to this day, there is still uncertainty about the motive. Some believe it may have been a targeted assassination due to jealousy or connections to local crime, while others speculate that it may have been linked to disputes that had not been made public. Following the attack, Dennis's friends and followers were devastated, and many people took to social media to mourn his death and share their disbelief. For many young Brazilians who looked up to him, his death was a cruel reminder that even those who appear strong and successful are not safe from violence. Police launched an investigation into the murder, although no immediate arrests were made. Just like Dennis Yoshio's case, this next attack was equally tragic. Will Flint. On New Year's Day, 2017, Will Flint, a 27-year-old fitness enthusiast from Alve Church, was out celebrating with friends. After watching fireworks, he stopped at a cash machine on Bristol Road to withdraw money. At that moment, he heard a woman yelling and saw a man dragging her by the hair. Will spoke to the man to see what was wrong, and as he spoke, the man, who was later identified as 18-year-old Aiden Morrissey, pulled a knife and stabbed him 12 times. He stabbed Will in his side, back, leg, and stomach. While recalling the incident, Will said he was able to avoid further attacks thanks to his martial arts skills, which helped him deflect some of the blows. Will staggered back to his taxi and then walked into the Queen Elizabeth Hospital emergency department before collapsing. He was rushed into surgery, and doctors found he had a collapsed lung, a severed spleen, and multiple internal injuries. He needed more than 60 stitches to close his dozen wounds. Police arrested Morrissey, who pleaded guilty to wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, as well as possession of a knife. He was also convicted of molesting the woman. In February 2017, Morrissey was sentenced to 8 years and 10 months in prison at Birmingham Crown Court. As Will struggled on the hospital bed, doctors warned that he might never fully recover. He had some permanent damage, including a paralyzed diaphragm, loss of function in half his left lung, as well as digestive and respiratory problems. He also experienced anxiety, flashbacks, and PTSD. With such an amount of damage done, one would think that Will's career was ended, but that did not turn out to be the case. Just 6 months after the attack, Will returned to the stage of bodybuilding competition after making the British finals. He quickly recovered and even went further to create the Drop the Knife campaign. Through videos and talks in schools, Will used his experience to warn young people about the dangers of knife crime, mental health struggles, and the value of fitness as a positive coping mechanism. Just like Will's case, this next story also brings a whole different kind of intensity. But for this bodybuilder, he was not the victim, but the attacker. Wes Watson. YouTube fitness influencer and bodybuilder Wes Watson was involved in a violent confrontation in Miami in 2025, leading to felony battery charges. The incident occurred at a gym and was captured on video, which subsequently went viral on social media platforms. The incident involved allegations of racial slurs and the use of gym equipment as a weapon. According to reports, Watson allegedly used racial slurs during the confrontation and grabbed gym equipment to use as weapons during the altercation. The video footage showed Watson engaging in aggressive behavior toward another gym member, with the confrontation escalating to physical violence. The incident appeared to be unprovoked, with Watson being the clear aggressor in the situation. Watson claimed the victim consented to the confrontation, though this is disputed in ongoing criminal and civil proceedings. His legal defense strategy appeared to center on the claim that the victim had somehow agreed to the physical confrontation, though this explanation was widely disputed. A hearing was set for July 28, 2025, to address both criminal and civil proceedings. Like Watson, this next builder also engaged in violence, even to the point of ending her husband's life. Sally McNeil. Sally McNeil. Sally McNeil, popularly called Killer Sally, was a former professional female bodybuilder and ex-Marine sergeant who developed a notorious reputation for physical aggression. In 1990, at a bodybuilding show, Sally identified a woman she believed was having an affair with her husband. She pinned the woman to the floor and struck her repeatedly. This incident resulted in a 1-year suspension from NPC competition, even though it didn't stop Sally's violent behavior. Her aggressive reputation extended beyond the stage, causing Sally to face multiple arrests in the early 1990s. She was arrested for smashing her former husband's car windows with a metal bar and for pulling a gun on him. She also molested a mailman, kicked a bouncer in the face during a bar disturbance, and even threatened responding officers. Things got worse on Valentine's Day, 1995, when Sally fatally shot her husband of 8 years. Her husband, bodybuilder Ray McNeil, was shot twice, once in the abdomen and once in the face.
But when you add two people that are taking massive amounts of steroids that are also toxic, this is not a good match.
Sally claimed she acted in self-defense after years of molestation. She also reported that Ray had slapped and choked her before the shooting and even threatened their children. Despite her defense, Sally was convicted of second-degree murder in 1996 and was sentenced to 19 years to life. She eventually received parole in 2020 after 25 years behind bars. Sally's story marked yet another disturbing entry in the growing list of bodybuilders caught in brutal altercations. But while her acts were shocking, they're nothing compared to the brutal attack that was pulled off by this next bodybuilder. Ruben Arzu. Ruben Arzu gained nationwide attention in 2011 after a violent and bizarre incident that shocked many people in California and across the United States. At the time, Arzu was a 22-year-old man who weighed around 300 pounds and had the physique of a trained bodybuilder. Friends and neighbors described him as strong and muscular, and there were rumors that he was using steroids, although this was never officially confirmed. The incident happened in the quiet town of Colton, California, during the early morning hours of December 4th, 2011. A couple in their 60s were relaxing in their home when they noticed something strange happening outside. When the man went to check on the disturbance, he was shocked to find Ruben Arzu completely standing on the couple's front porch. Before the homeowner could react, Arzu attacked. He barged into the house uninvited, violently throwing the man to the ground. House uninvited, violently throwing the man to the ground. When the man's wife tried to stop him, Arzu turned on her as well and beat her so badly that she suffered 2 broken arms and other serious injuries. The man was also hurt, but not as severely as his wife. The police were called immediately, and when they arrived, they found Arzu still inside the home and aggressive. It took 4 police officers and multiple stun gun shocks to finally bring him under control and arrest him. Arzu was so strong and uncooperative that officers struggled to subdue him, despite using tasers and physical force. He was arrested and charged with several serious crimes, including attempted homicide, aggravated assault, and residential burglary. Authorities suspected that drug use or steroid-induced rage might have played a role in his behavior that night. Which of these cases do you consider most shocking? Let me know in the comments section. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, click in the next card on your screen.